friends, today we're going to read a text titled Meet Jane. This is a picture book about Dr. Jane Goodall. She is a primatologist, environmentalist, humanitarian, and United Nations Messenger of Peace. So let's explore our magical world and see if Jane can make her dreams come true. Come on. Jane had a stuffed toy chimpanzee named Jubilee. She cherished Jubilee and took him everywhere she went, and Jane loved to be outside. She watched birds making their nests, spiders spinning their webs, and squirrels chasing one another up and down trees. Jane learned all that she could about the animals and plants she studied in her backyard and read about in books. Some of the notes she wrote and took. Called herself the Alligator Society. One day, curious, Jane wondered where eggs came from. So she and Jubilee snuck into Grandma Nut's chicken coop. Hid behind some straw and stayed very still. And observed the miracle. It was a magical world, full of joy and wonder, and Jane felt very much a part of it. Jane often climbed her favorite tree, which she named Beech. She would lay her cheek against its trunk and seem to feel the sap flowing beneath the bark. Jane could feel her own heart beating, beating, beating. With the wind in her hair, she read and reread the books about Tarzan of the Apes, in which another girl, also named Jane, lived in the jungles of Africa. Jane dreamed of a life in Africa too. A life living with and helping all animals. At night, Jane would tuck Jubilee into bed, say her prayers, and fall asleep. To awake one day to her dream come true. See, that's the real Jane Goodall when she was a young woman. So, more information about Jane Goodall. When Jane Goodall was 10 years old, she decided that when she grew up, she would go to Africa, live with the animals, and write about them. Almost everyone told her this goal was impossible. Her family had little money, and she was a girl in a time when girls were not encouraged to pursue adventurous careers. But her mother encouraged her to follow her dream. When Jane finished school, she continued to learn about Africa and worked hard to save enough money to go there. She finally arrived in 1957, met famed anthropologist Louis Leakey, and began studying chimpanzees at the Gombe Stream Game Reserve in Tanzania in 1960. One of Jane's most important observations was her discovery that chimpanzees are able to make and use tools. Until this time, experts thought only humans were able to do so, but based on Jane's remarkable studies, the world was forced to rethink what makes humans different from animals. She wrote about these discoveries and countless other observations in her 1986 book, The Chimpanzees of Gombe: Patterns of Behavior. And just for reference, here's a picture of her as a baby with her stuffed chimpanzee Jubilee. And here we have a picture of older Jane Goodall, who, yes, is still doing these things today. She has actually written us a message that she signed to go with the book. I'm going to read part of it to you now. Each one of us makes a difference. We cannot live through a single day without making an impact in the world around us, and we have a choice as to what sort of difference we make. The life of each one of us matters in the scheme of things, and I encourage everyone, especially young people, to make the world a better place for people, animals, and the environment. That is wonderful, and it is wonderful that to be able to live out your dream and to take the time to work hard to get to that place. Well, guys, that does end our story for the day, and I'll see you later. Bye.